Are you guys seeing this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that art looks good.
This is Clayman. I like his name.
Yeah, I like Clayman.
He's a good artist too.
He's a really good artist. I like the scratchy stuff in here. A really good drawing. John Malin, you approve of this?
Absolutely, looks great.
All right, hold on a second. Let's go back a page here. Take a look at this. By the way, we're on CBR, which is garbage tier. I hate CBR. Comic Book Resources has become a piece of human just filth. It's excrement. There are no more good comic book websites. There just aren't any. They're all terrible. They're all terribly biased. They're all shilling for big companies. CBR actually employs Kieran Shiak, which is, in and of itself, a condemnation, an eternal condemnation of everything that they produce. So every superhero who dies in Heroes in Crisis 1. Oh, this sounds like fun. This sounds like a good time. I don't know how many more times we're going to have to get covers of superheroes standing around looking down at the ground, sadly. I don't know what's going on.
I want to buy that comic.
Hey kids, it's all a funeral. Come on in.
Yeah, how many more grave sites are we going to have to be looking into? How much more misery has to go on the front cover of comics?
How would you draw that, though, Ethan? How would you do that if you were doing it?
I would do exactly what they told me to. This is a great drawing of a terribly depressing cover. Now, I don't know why people. This is the thing. Like you're intrigued by this. You're intrigued by this in a bad way. Hey, do you want to see a picture of a kid that got hit by a train? No, but yes, but no, but yes, but no. That's what this is. And then you see it and you go, your curiosity is, sated, but at the same time, you feel sad. This makes me sad. And then I look down here, warning, the following article contains spoilers for Heroes in Crisis #1 by Tom King, Clayman. We love the Clayman. Mark Brooks, J.G. Jones, and Francesco Mattina on sale now.
Oh.
How could something so right go so very wrong? I don't know. We're asking that question. That's what Comicsgate is all about. None of us know how something so right could go so very wrong. We wonder about that as we put out our own comic books. We're putting out our own comic books because comic books should be easy to sell. And they're not easy to sell. You have to do some really weird clickbaity stuff, apparently, in order to get a comic book to sell over 100,000 copies in this day and age. This is sad. This is sad. John Malin, how do you feel about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the colors are a little muddy.
No, how do you feel about what I'm saying? All you want to do is make fun of the artists, but I'm saying make fun of the comic book industry. Why? Why do you have to do terrible things in order to get people to view it? In the old days, meaning 10 years ago, Superman would be punching a dinosaur across the face, and that's the cover. Now Superman, all of these, they all have erectile dysfunction, and they all feel bad about their penises, except for Batman.
That's the alt-right.
Batman is the only one who doesn't feel bad about his penis, but he should.
He looks like he's smiling there. Look at Batman. He's kind of smiling. That's a smirk.
Yeah, it is.
He's happy. He's happy right there.
These images are so normal now. If the only way they can really make a difference is if they were all happy.
Oh, I know. What if they were smiling? No. All right, let's have a look at this. Death pornography. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman pooled their resources to create the superhero crisis center known as the Sanctuary. It was a place where heroes could come and deal with the pain and torment of violent lives they lead. Violent.
Oh, brother, come on!
It was meant to make
the dumbest.
It was meant to make them better. Heroes in Crisis 1 is about how that idea goes wrong. In the very first issue of this 9-issue series, readers can see how bad things can get. Well, listen.
Oh, man.
Can I just say, Comicsgate, we know how bad it can get. They don't need to see it get worse. It already is bad. I don't know why these people wanted to press the readership anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't that kind of a stance that Cook was taking, that they needed to lighten up the material that was going on.
Yeah, well, that's what Rebirth was. That's what Rebirth was. I when we were doing Rebirth, I said something in an interview. I was just like, hey, these superheroes need to smile again. Do you remember? Do you remember the 1970s? All those great pieces of artwork by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Like that's the spirit of DC Comics. I don't know what this is. I don't get it. Someone attacked the facility. There are multiple homicides. Key witnesses are in the wind, and the surviving heroes have no idea who did this or how it could even happen. The events of the first issue kick off an investigation into who was responsible for this travesty. But first, it's only right to take a moment to acknowledge those that were lost. So this is just in the first issue.
Another episode of Law and Order.
Who are these characters?
I like
I'm
how
glad they got that butt out of the frame.
Is yeah.
Super
Well, you would
butt.
have liked that. You would have liked to have seen the ass of the corpse. Yes, I don't know that was necessary.
Is that
you know.
Savage Dragon?
No, that's he's part of I think he's part of the Titans.
It was a joke.
No.
Can't
What
be
is-
serious.
Is his leg broken upside down, or is that another character? Is this foot here?
Threesome.
That's another character. Some kid that can control fire, I think. I actually read the first issue, man. It's interesting. It's kind of like reminds me of Identity Crisis, but a little different.
JW, thanks for $20. Please reach out to Big City Comics, aka Jeff Kaufman. His indie skill is amazing. He isn't completely all on board, but he hates those SJWs. Well, it's important to hate those SJWs. That's all. Yeah, we knew that there. I mean, all right. Lagoon Boy. This is Lagoon Boy. We all love Lagoon Boy. He was from Young Justice, I believe. He's a Peter David creation, if I'm not incorrect. He might be incorrect.
Yeah, he was.
Young Justice. All right, here's Steel, former Justice Leaguer, died back in the 80s. Brought him back just to murder him again. And who's this woman? Hotspot. Her name is Hotspot. All right, these are all tragic losses. I don't know how I'll sleep. Now this is crazy right here. This
How
is
do you
Wally
find the hot
West.
spot? I think you roll them around in flour or something.
Yeah, that kind of threw me off. Wally being in there, I was just kind of like,
Why is Wally West dead?
yeah,
Roy Harper and Wally West
Yep.
are found dead inside. This is like same kind of images. Whoever did this used the Charles Manson murders photos for reference. I'll
You
tell you that
serious?
right now. Yeah, they did.
oh, dude.
This is I've looked at them a few times. That's immediately what this reminds me of. I'm not saying that they traced them or anything, and that this is Sharon Tate, but it does look a lot like that. Yeah.
Is he pulling the cord on that lamp?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He wants to
it's
turn the
on.
light off.
Turn out the lights.
His last thought was light on or light off.
Should have got the clapper.
Why don't I have the clapper?
Clap on.
Clap on.
Death on, death off.
Roy Harper's pretty hip. That's sad that his sunglasses and his baseball cap fell off at the end.
That was very
Now everybody's going to know who he is.
Arsenal and Flash are confirmed. Super Friends. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, super friend.
Can you imagine? Like, think about the narrator from Super Friends narrating these scenes.
Meanwhile,
Oh,
Wendy,
this is-
Marvin, and Wonder Dog at the Hall of Justice.
Wally West is down.
Speed of lightning, God of thunder.
Whoa, that's a
What?
different.
That's under.
Any Dynamo says Brian Michael Bendis said some interesting stuff today. Well, prove it. So page 2. Let's move on.
That's awesome.
How are there more deaths accounted for? Yeah. Here's one of the few black heroes. Look at this. This is all vile. Like I it's just so depressing.
Look at
Oh
the bodies
my
in the background.
gosh.
All piled up.
Who is this kid?
It's a
I
hate
don't know,
crime.
but that's a horrible shot.
When you zoom into that
It looks like
picture,
he's got a hoodie too. So are they doing the Trayvon Martin thing? I
That's
hope not.
Trayvon.
Is that
Oh,
Trayvon?
Jesus
Did they
Christ.
use Trayvon Martin as reference for this?
That would be so foul if they did.
Dude,
that.
no, they didn't. I'm pretty sure they didn't. But
Oh,
look at
because
that.
I was like,
Yeah, somebody just said that, and I think that's not true. But look, this is wrong. Like right here, his nose is too small, like jammed up on his forehead, and then his lip should be right. His mouth line should be right about there. That's why it looks weird. Blow that up and look at it. His chin is enormous, dude. This chin takes up half of his head.
He's chin boy.
All right.
Yeah, that's not good.
This issue came to an end with a total of 6 superheroes confirmed dead. But could there possibly be more victims that we haven't seen yet? We only see Superman's initial approach to the house and Trinity convening inside, but there hasn't been a final tally yet. It's worth considering that there may be other casualties brought up in the following issues, and here's how we know that. We see a view of Sanctuary from afar upon Superman's initial approach with bodies spread across the ground. There are a total of 13 bodies in the shot. While 4 of those deaths are accounted for, that leaves another 9 bodies to be considered. Sure, several of those victims are likely the robots that attended the patients at the facility, but it's hard to imagine that there were that many. That the comic book industry is in trouble. They're selling people death porn. Like it's like, aren't you excited? Don't you want to find out who got murdered and who we're going to see splayed out on the ground, covered in their own blood?
This is
Yeah.
why. This is
On one hand, it's kind of a manifestation of all the negative, mentalities in the industry, and on the other hand, it's all how much sales can we get out? Because it used to be, if somebody dies, that'd be a big thing. So let's just kill everybody and try to really get these numbers up.